Well, let's return to the Euro 2020 final, as we will be doing on the hour, every hour, all the way until it. The bookies, well, they've actually got England as favourites to win the tournament and bring football back home. Someone who knows a little bit about that, the former footballer and manager, Harry Redknapp, joins us on the programme. Harry, good to see you this morning. I hope you're well.
Good morning. Yeah, all good.
Oh, good. Well, have you come down from the roof after the performance on Wednesday night yet? Has the heart stopped beating at 100 beats a minute?
Just about. Yeah, it was a really tense night, but a fantastic night, wasn't it? To get that win and get to a final is just so exciting. The country's just absolutely buzzing everywhere you go. You know, I go into the news agents this morning, the lady in there, you know, is it coming home, Harry? You know, everybody's up for the game. So really looking forward to it.
With your kind of former manager's hat on, how much of England's success do you think can be put down to Southgate?
Obviously, he takes a great deal of credit for what's happened. You know, he's the manager. He'd have took the blame if we'd have gone out in the first stages. So, but that's how football is. You know, the one stage after the Scotland game, there was people sort of moaning about the tactics and the team, and we were boring. And then, you know, we go off and win a couple of games, and suddenly that's how the game is. You know, as a football manager, you're always 3 or 4 games away from the sack. You know, 1 minute you're great, next minute you're useless. That is how it works. And Gareth, at the moment, he's 10 out of 10. He's done fantastic.
I've got to say, not everyone was moaning about England's tactics after the Scotland match. Some of us were quite pleased with the strategy that they adopted on that particular day.
They played very well. Scotland were good. Scotland were good that night. They really played well.
Yeah, you can stay. You've got another 3 minutes on the channel, Harry. We weren't going to switch off if you didn't congratulate Scotland there. Just tell us, how are you going to be watching the game? We actually had, I suspect it's going to be something of a party atmosphere everywhere in England. But how are you watching it?
Well, I should probably be watching it at home on my own with a nice cup of tea and sitting there and studying the game. I do find it difficult, I must be honest, being around people making silly comments. You probably watch one game a year, and you know, I do find it quite hard work. So I'd rather watch it on my own. I don't even let my wife come in the room and watch it with me. She'd probably watch it in the next room. But
I was going to say, I was going to say, Harry, is there not a battle for the remote control between you and the long-suffering Sandra?
Oh, yeah, always. I mean, she wants to watch the soaps. She watches every soap on TV, I think. Yeah, so I'm working with Free to launch the TV Peace Treaty. It's a campaign where, you know, if you buy the broadband from Free, their home broadband, you get a free television. Everybody can have 2 TVs in their house, so it will stop the squabbling, hopefully.
Yeah, not entirely sure it'll stop the squabbling in my house, Harry, I've got to say. But just in terms of the match itself, this I think will prove to be the trickiest.
Who are you cheering for? Come on, who are you going to be cheering for?
Well, you had to ask.
Who are you going to be cheering for?
Well, I've been saying this.
Come on.
Do you know what? I've been saying this all week. In previous competitions, it's been quite easy for fans who are not English to not like the England team. There have been some players that have perhaps been a bit too big for their boots. You know, there have been ambitions that have not been achieved. This time round, you've got a manager who's fantastic and a credit to the nation. You've got a group of boys who are fantastic and a credit to the nation. And I find myself struggling to find a reason to not at least have a little bit of a Tim Henman kind of fist bump if you actually win the thing.
Good. Well done. Well done. I'd have been cheering for Scotland, I promise you, if they'd have got to the final. But it's great to see you know, everybody pulling together and hoping that we can get this win and win the European Championships. Be amazing.
What do you think it would mean? Not just to what would it mean to you to see England do that which they've never done before?
Well, I think we'd all be very proud of what, you know, and it brings a good feel factor around the country. Everywhere you go, people have got a smile on their face talking about the football. It gives us something to look forward to, like everywhere. You know, everyone's been, you know, we've been in lockdown. It's been difficult times for people. But, you know, this has given the country a real lift now. We're coming out of the lockdown shortly. We know we can stop wearing the mask in another week or two. So really, things are on the up again, and this is a real lift for everybody in the country. So it's fantastic.
We've got 15 seconds before we have to say goodbye, Harry. So come on, prediction. Put everything on the line and tell me what's going to happen.
2-1. England 2-1. Harry Kane will score, maybe, I think he might score 2 to become the leading goal scorer in the tournament, and England will win 2-1. That is my prediction.
Perfect. Well, I've just put my lines on, so if that doesn't come in, Harry, I'll be round to your house to pick up the 15 pence.
Where we are.
Harry Redknapp, great to see you today. Thank you so much for being with us. Real pleasure.
Good night. Thank you.
Take care. Time for us to see.